guys, apparently it's over. It's been gray skies today and a bit drizzly. I thought maybe, when I saw it this morning, I was like, maybe it will clear up by the afternoon, but no. That's what we're working with today. Very sad. But we had a good run, and I'm sure it will be back the next couple days. I have not checked the weather. But yeah, it's been pretty uneventful this morning. I've just been working at home today, actually. I also went and did like a very massive grocery shop because I don't want to go back to the grocery store again this week at all. So, you know, we'll see. Tonight, I think I'm gonna go to the Maudlin movie because they're showing Rebecca, which I think is going to be quite fun. So it's based on the book by Daphne du Maurier. I'm not sure what year this film was. It's not like the new one with Lily James and Armie Hammer, which like, I feel like that one got dunked on pretty hard and like it wasn't amazing, but I don't think it was that bad. I thought it was like, it was watchable. It was good enough. I really like Lily James. Obviously this was, you know, pre-Armie Hammer, I think. Actually, I feel like it was pretty close to when all that stuff blew up. I feel like it must have been like one of his later movies that he did for that, so kind of fun. But yeah, Rebecca is kind of known as having like one of the best opening lines of any book. Whenever you see lists with that, it's always on there. So I think it'll be fun to maybe go and see that at Maudlin tonight. And I mean, free movie, might as well. So yeah, I did get some snacks to take along because sometimes when I've gone like with Anika plus others, sometimes her and I have gone with Chloe once, then we went with Eloise to La Belle at La Bête. And La Belle, La Bête? I don't remember. Beauty and the Beast. We've gotten like burritos or something and then gone. And they do hand out free popcorn, but I don't really like popcorn. So I got some chips and then I got these like Percy Pig, the fizzy pigtails, because they're actually like very sour, because a lot of UK candy isn't as sour as it is in Canada and the States, because, you know, we need that red 40 and they don't want to give it to us here. So these are quite good. I enjoy those. It was funny when Eloise was staying with me. One day she was like, she texted me, I was like out at class or working or something, and she texted me and she was like, I bought lollies for you, but I ate them. There are none left. So you could have not told me and I would have never known, but she's too honest. So yeah, that's been my day, just working from here, whatever. But yeah, this should be a fun vlog. I am now like free from class obligations, still working on essays. So I've got some library days, gonna go see some like cool manuscripts and stuff at some point this week, because continuing to work on that sort of thing. So nice to have those just like available as I'm working. So yeah, gonna be doing that and just some other fun things going on. So yeah. Hi everybody, it's the next day now. What did I do last night? Oh, I went to Rebecca and it was really good. It was, I think that's the first Alfred Hitchcock movie I've seen in its entirety. And I think the first Laurence Olivier movie that I've ever seen. And I mean, like, I get it. I really enjoyed it. I think that it like was very atmospheric. So the intro is how him and the producer really clashed stylistically about the film. Like the producer had a lot of input, I think, on it, which like, I think it's also just like old school Hollywood like practices versus new ones. Although like, I don't know how that works now, you know, like how involved the director is on, how involved the producer is on the set. Probably not to that extent, because the whole thing was like he wanted to film in a certain way so that he could like pick the best cut on the editing floor, and Hitchcock is like, this guy's gonna think he has control of my final edit, like that kind of thing. And then actually it was Hitchcock's first movie that won Best Picture. I don't think he ever won Best Director. I don't know if he won Best Picture for something else. But and actually Zelznick, is that his name? The producer like got the award for, he accepted the award for Best Picture. Crazy. And then he also showed a clip in like the little intro that he does before the films of they gave Hitchcock like a Lifetime Achievement Award, and he was like, I think it's still the shortest acceptance speech in Academy Award history, because he just like very slowly struts up and then just goes, thank you, and then leaves. Very good. But yeah, I quite enjoyed the movie. This morning, again, I've just been like plugging away at stuff here, but I think I'm gonna go out to a library today. I might go to the Old Bodleian, we'll see. It's once again kind of like gray over skies. It's not that cold out though. I think it's like 8 to 10 degrees, so it's okay. I figured this is probably one of my last days of wearing tights, so I was just gonna go for it. And probably one of my last chances to wear this sweater that I got from Zara, which I really like, but I thought that this was like very sweet kind of schoolgirl, so I wore the See You in Hell tights with it because I just feel like the ladies of St. Trinian's would approve, you know? So I came to cut through the mall because it's much faster, and I saw this in the window of And Other Stories, and I could not try it on, so I got a bit distracted. It's actually a skirt top set. I mean, this one, I don't know if I love it or hate it. I don't think this is the right size. I think it's fitting like a bit too closely at the bottom, and it should like pop out more. But I just liked the mixing polka dots. It's very Minnie Mouse. So to check in again, I actually went to Plib because after I was in And Other Stories, I always cut through the mall now because it's just faster, so often I walk by the mall. Went into And Other Stories quickly, and then I was like, instead of the Old Bod, why don't I just go to the Pembroke Library? So I went there for a bit, and then I came back here and I like cooked up a bunch of food for the next couple days, so that will be nice. And just did some work here as well that I've been doing. But I also have Pembroke tonight. So I think this is maybe our last meeting. I'm not sure if we're gonna keep going into the break, because we do have a couple stories left in the collection because like we missed a week. But anyway, so the stories that we did this week were The Shivering and The Marriage Arrangers, and I really liked both of them. I liked The Shivering too, because like it feels, I mean, it's still like in keeping with the themes and like a similar tone, I guess, to the other stories, but it's not, I feel like it was like kind of like a break from the stories that like kind of blended together in a way. Like a lot of them are very, very similar. And I mean, it's also just a thing in short fiction in general, but Adichie also loves an ambiguous ending, and I think just like the more stories you read back to back, the less effective that gets, which like isn't to say that it's not effective or that I wasn't enjoying it, but yeah, it's just that like you know what she's gonna do with it all the time. And I liked the ending of The Shiverings because it was also like kind of open-ended, but I feel like it had a different tone than some of the other stories, which I liked. And same with The Marriage Arrangers. That was one of my favorites that I've read so far. It was one of my favorites that I've read so far, though I will say I think that it is like kind of similar to a couple of the other ones that are doing like the same thing, where it's someone who's immigrated to the States and then is like talking, you know, where you're talking about like assimilating or not, and sort of the culture shock of that, and coming from Nigeria versus like American culture, that kind of thing. So still a lot of like similar themes to other things that were going on, but interesting. So yeah, gonna go there and chat about those books, which will be good. Hello guys, it's Wednesday now. Last night I was at book club, but it was basically 3 of us were there, including the girl who kind of runs it. And only her and I had read the stories of the three of us, and there's like a few other people hanging out in there. So we didn't like wind up really doing book club, but we were all just like hanging out and people were working on stuff in there. So it was still a fun time, but yeah, not a whole lot of book discussion going on, but still fun. So it was nice to like go out and see people by the end of the day. And today it's gonna be very exciting because Anika and I are going to see Jonathon Bailey in Richard II, which is the Henriade is actually, I think, my favorite of the history plays. So it starts with Richard II and then it's Henry IV Part 1, Part 2, and Henry V. And yeah, I've just always really liked those ones. I did a whole class in undergrad that was on it was like Shakespeare, I think it was histories and comedy. It was kind of weird because there's like 2 undergrad Shakespeare classes and one is, and they're like the pairings are a bit weird. I think it's tragedy and comedy, and then, no, maybe it's history and comedy, then the other one's tragedy and romance, which does make more sense. But yeah, so it was a fun class, and for the histories we just did the Henriade. And I really enjoyed Richard II. I think it's like maybe one of the slower pace because like the poetry is just so like dense almost in that one. Like it's just like, it's so intricate and everything. So I really enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure Richard II is also one of the plays where that Ian McKellen like really got his start from, so that's kind of cool, and to see Jonathon Bailey doing it I'm very excited for because I think he's going to be really good. So since we're going to be catching the train this afternoon, I decided to just work from home today instead of like getting ready to go to a library, working there, and then rushing back to get ready here to then go to the train station. I was like, I'll just stay here. And a lot of the manuscripts that I'm working on actually have digital editions online, so I don't want to like rely too heavily on those, but it's also nice to work from, especially like once you've seen the manuscript a few times in person and handled it and like gotten what you want from the physical piece, to then like be able to still reference it when you're working on it not in person. So yeah, I don't know, it's just been good. So yeah, very, very excited to go see that. We got these tickets like in the summer, so we got them a very long time ago, and I think it's gonna be really fun. So I've just gotten ready for Richard. I did have a whole other outfit on, but this was already going to be inappropriate for the weather. But then I noticed it had started like raining, and then there was like little drops of hail, so it was just really harshing my vibe. So I was like, fine, I will dress somewhat more appropriately. So since it will probably be one of my last chances to wear something like this, I wore this sweater vest, and to keep it fun I'm gonna wear these like truly ridiculous boots. And then this kind of color has a tendency to wash me out, so I decided to like try to bring more color up. You either have to wear truly insane amounts of blush or like a bright lip, so I went for a bright lip and like the blue earrings. I don't think I'm gonna wear a jacket. Maybe a trench. We'll see how I'm feeling when I'm actually walking out the door. Hi vlog! They were booked out. We were like, we could have sat outside. But it's okay, we're at the Ivy instead. It's right beside the theater, which is nice. Yes. morning, guys. So it's the next day now. We had to like rush back to the train station after the show because that theater is like 40 minutes from Paddington, and I mean we would have had another train, but it just would have been like, so the train that we got on was 11:15 and the next train was like at midnight or 12:30, I think. So we would have been waiting around for a while and we wouldn't have gotten back to Oxford until 2. So it was so dumb. So basically, like with this show, we'd gotten seats in like row C, so we were like really close to the stage. And then they told us, like they sent an email that was like, oh, we've had to like move your seats because we've had to like rearrange the theater. So we were only 2 rows back, like our seats weren't really that different. But they gave us complimentary programs, so we went in to pick up our programs and we were like, slay, we'll have these, we'll go do the stage door, see if anybody comes out. So we had these programs for free and we were gonna go do that. And then after the show ended, you know, they're narrow aisles, everyone's trying to get out. There was like a number of elderly people ahead and around me, so like things were moving slowly. But there were these girls around me who were like shoving me as if they thought that if they got to the stage door just in front of me, Jonathon Bailey was gonna personally ask them to star in the next season of Bridgerton. Like, it was aggressive. So in all of that kerfuffle, I just like dropped my program somewhere, I guess. So I didn't have my program, but that was okay. Like, we went to the stage door and all the actors came out. Most of them like just walked by, didn't say anything. And Jonathon Bailey did come out and he was like signing everything and taking photos. But I just like moved to the back because I was like, I don't have a program. I'm gonna let the people who have stuff to sign come to the front, because like the security guard and everything was like, hey guys, this is how it's gonna go. When Johnny comes out, he's gonna start over here. He's just signing show related stuff. So I was like, I'm just gonna get out of the way for these people. So I just went to the back and like took some photos of him and I saw him up close. So that was good enough for me. Like, sure, getting the signature is cool. I just kind of like, you know, peeping him a little bit. But Anika got her book signed. She asked him how Jack the horse is, because I guess he rode the same horse in Bridgerton season 2 as he rides in Wicked. It's the same horse because there aren't that many actor horses, I guess. He was like, oh, I haven't seen him in a while. I should check in on him. So that was cute. And the play was really, really good. I would definitely recommend it if anybody is thinking about going or is able to go. The Bridge Theater is a really nice theater. It's a more modern one. It's where we saw Guys and Dolls, so that was like the interactive show, so where we were like on the floor and they kind of had the stage like rising and lowering in different parts, so they actually like changed the stage layout as it was going. This one, it was the same layout, but they'd lift and lower set pieces in the floor, and they changed the doors all the time. And yeah, the set design was just really cool, and what they were doing like with lighting and props and everything. Jonathon Bailey was fantastic. Yeah, all of the actors were really, really good. Michael Simpkins, I think that's his name, was one of the actors who I'd recognized the name, and I was like, what else is he in? He was in Guys and Dolls as well, and then he's also in Mamma Mia too, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, all the actors were great. Jonathon Bailey was fantastic, so I'm really glad I saw that. Of the Shakespeare plays I've seen here, so I've seen that one, Richard II, Macbeth with Ralph Fiennes, and then we saw Romeo and Juliet with Tom Holland, which Tom Holland was great. All the actors in that were great. I just didn't really like that production that much. I was like, they just sucked all the life out of the play to me. I was like, they just like delivered everything in a complete like monotone. I don't know, I just didn't like vibe with the vibe of the play, like the approach that production had for it. It was still like good and cool to see, but yeah, it wasn't my favorite. Macbeth was really good. Again, really, really cool set design and everything. Obviously, Ralph Fiennes was great, but I think of the 3, Richard II has been my favorite. I really like the approach to the show. They really like capitalized on some humor. Like Jonathon Bailey had a lot of like funny moments, and it was just really good. I really liked the courtroom scene. So like after Henry sort of deposes Richard, they like are kind of prosecuting all the people that had aligned with Richard, and it was really cool. They did do it like a whole court scene. It was very well done. So I really enjoyed that. Yeah, definitely would recommend. Really glad that we went and saw that. I am seeing another Shakespeare play later. We got like, I think that they were part of like a lottery or something. I don't know. They were like on sale, or maybe we just found like decently cheap tickets for Much Ado About Nothing with Tom Hiddleston, who is a big Shakespeare guy. And from photos I've seen online, it looks like a very like fun production. Like it's gonna be very colorful, very like out there. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'll give my updated Shakespeare rankings then. I'd also really like to see a show at the Globe because I haven't done that yet. So I definitely want to do that before I go home. But yeah, had a really fun night, but now it is back to school. So I'm going to go maybe to a cafe, I don't know, maybe just work at Pembroke for a little while, because this afternoon I do have sort of like a information session. So basically like my course, as part of our course, we have to present our dissertation at like one of the ongoing seminars that they have at Oxford. So it's the Medieval Church and Culture. So we're each going to give short presentations, and this meeting at some point in Trinity term, and this meeting is just them kind of like telling us what to do basically and what to expect from it. So, but then this evening also, Yago invited me to come to a black tie dinner at Christchurch because they're doing like one of their black tie guest night things, and they had space, so we were like, our, you know, termly tradition, gotta catch up at a formal. So I'm gonna be going to that tonight. So I've got a like bag packed with my outfit change. I'm wearing an insane amount of blush, I know, but I'm not fixing it, so it's just gonna have to go. And I think it will probably tone down over the course of the day. It's a bit rainy today again, so that's unfortunate. It really impeded what I wanted to wear. I wanted to wear something kind of stupid, but it was, I decided it was a bit too summery, so I'm gonna save that. Maybe I'll wear it to the garden party or something. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Everybody, so as you can see, I've come back and gotten ready for Christchurch. I wound up changing my outfit. I was gonna take this and I was just gonna like pack my bag and then change at Pembroke MCR because I was gonna like work in the library. But right before I left in the morning, Yago texted me and told me that it's actually Bridgerton themed. So I was like, this requires a different outfit. So I had lots of time. I knew I'd have lots of time after my little like meeting session thing was over, which was really good. It was just like kind of the basics of, yeah, gonna be like 2 people per presentation day. Here are the tentative dates kind of thing. So then I came home, I did a few more readings, and then I got ready. So I'm so excited to wear this. I was kind of saving it for a like garden party because there's usually a couple in the summer, but I was like, this is Bridgerton. And then I'll probably just do like some pink little sparkly shoes. And since it's not actually that nice out yet, I will also wear this jacket over top to walk over. And I'm going to be hella extra and take this bag again. So I'm very pleased with myself. Also, I just wear these like rings all day, but I realized this one is a little Bridgerton bee, so you know, I'm just extra on theme. Hello everybody. So last night at the Christchurch banquet was really, really good. It actually, so I've been to the guest dinners before, but this was actually their black tie dinner, which I guess is like even a bit fancier. So it was actually a 4-course meal, had caviar for the first time. I pretty sure. To my recollection, I've never had caviar before. I don't know when I would have had it. Didn't really taste like anything. It was like served with the salmon tartare, and salmon is obviously like it's a very strong flavor. So I feel like that kind of just covered up the caviar. If caviar typically has much of a flavor, I don't really know. But yeah, I mean, it was really fun, and obviously it's always like cool to see Christchurch and everything, and nice to catch up with Yago. So had a really nice evening. It wasn't like overtly Bridgerton themed. A few people I feel like were kind of dressed in the theme as well, but I had fun with it, so it's cool. And yeah, it was just a fun night. So today I did some laundry at home and everything, so I've been plugging away at stuff here. But I'm going to, first I'm going to head to the MCR and see if I can get our microphones working, because it's supposed to be our karaoke bot. Like, we're usually at our last bar night of term, we do like a karaoke night. Last term, I wasn't able to be here. None of the social sex were able to be there. So they tried to set up the microphones and they didn't really work. So I think they just like wound up playing Mario Kart and stuff. But I'm gonna see if I can get the mics to work. But also, like, I just don't know if enough people are gonna show up for karaoke to actually work. But, you know, we'll see. See if I can have the option available. But, yeah. So that should be nice. And then I'm going to head to the Westin, I think, to look at some manuscripts. So hopefully, I ordered them the other day, so hopefully they are there. We'll see. Yeah. Folks, so I don't remember the last time I spoke on here, but it would have been yesterday at some point. But basically, I went to the MCR to see if I could figure out the mics. I could not. We didn't like look into it too hard, honestly, because we kind of figured that there wouldn't be enough people at bar night to really like actually do karaoke, because, you know, doing karaoke around like 4 other people, it's just not really the same vibe. So we decided to switch it and just like set up games and make it like a games night instead. So that's what we did, or what we decided. And then I went to the Westin Library to look at manuscripts, which there's like a very cool illustration and one of the ones I was looking at that I wanted to like put in. But then I realized like I don't actually know that you're allowed to post them. I know that they told me like I could take photos and everything, but I think they just said like no sharing. Or they said that the first time I went in, and they didn't say it again this time, but I don't think you're supposed to, maybe. So I was like, you know, I don't want to get like a lifetime ban for showing some manuscripts on my blog. So I just didn't show any of the actual books, but I think I showed like my setup and stuff, because it is kind of cool. You go in there, you have like the foam supports, the little snakes to like read through the manuscripts. It's still wild to me that I can just check out these like 900-year-old books. It's crazy. But yeah, it's cool. So I looked at a bunch of those, got photos for everything. And yeah, it's kind of still just plugging away at the essay. But then I came home before bar night. So I did go to bar night. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like stay that long. Chloe and Anika couldn't go either. Like I just kind of went by myself. So I showed up, no one was there for quite a long time, but then more people came, so it was a good time, chatted with a bunch of people, played some Mario Kart before I got home. So I probably got home like just after midnight and then just went to bed. But this morning it's been pretty chill, because it's Saturday today, so I went for like a short little walk. But then, so tonight, a bunch of us are getting together and we're gonna try to go to Flight Club. It might be booked out. We're gonna try though and see. If not, we might just go to a pub. But it's gonna be like May, Chloe, some of May's teacher friends are gonna come, and Eloise is coming in from London, but there's been issues with the trains, so she wound up having to like get an Uber and stuff into Oxford. And I was like, oh, I'll like, she's gonna stay with me. So I was like, I'll be at Gab's and then I can like let you in so you can leave your bag and stuff here. And she was like, oh, I'm just gonna have a small bag, like don't worry about it. But I was like, ah, it'll just be like easier or whatever, and I can just like do some work from here and everything. But then like she keeps getting delayed and stuff, so then I'm like, do I go out? Do I not go out? So she's nearly here. But I'm gonna call her out in this video. So Eloise, when you're watching this, she got an Uber and it dropped her off at Oxford Brooks. I'm not sure why it had to drop her off so far away. And that's like a 50-minute walk from here. And I was like, get on a bus. The bus is like £1. She's like, no, I refuse to spend another £1 on travel. And she's like, I haven't done much walking today. I walk for an hour instead. And I said, that's crazy, but all right. So in about 50 minutes, she'll be here and then we can figure out what we're gonna do for the afternoon because we're not meeting until tonight, so we'll see. But yeah, hopefully we can get into Flight Club. If not, we might just like go to a pub or something. I don't know like where we would go, but I'd like to try to go to the Bear because at some point, if not tonight, then another time, because they've got like, it's kind of another one of like the iconic Oxford pubs because I don't know if it's the oldest, but they have ties and stuff on the wall, I think. I don't know. But I've walked by at night and they have a lot of like cute outdoor seating with like space heaters and stuff, so it looks nice. And yeah, that would be fun. But, oh, also what I did this morning, I don't know what it actually looks like I haven't gotten a good look at it from the back, but on TikTok I was getting like dragon braids coming up and I was like, I could probably accomplish that. Obviously it's on women with like the thickest heads of hair you've ever seen in your life, so I don't know that it's really having the same effect on me, and I messed it up towards the bottom here, like I made the loop too big, but it's actually not that hard to do. I think it will be not very fun taking it out because there's a lot of little elastics in here, but I feel like I mostly did it, and it makes your hair, it does make your hair, like your braid, look quite thick, which is fun. So yeah, learned a new skill.
I'm back!
So yesterday wound up being a nice day. It was a bit of a challenge getting everybody here because both May and Eloise were trying to get the train, and I guess there was a fatality on the tracks. So like all of the trains were canceled and kind of derailed, so it was just like challenging trying to figure out how to get here, but eventually they all made it. I kind of in the meantime, I was working here and then I went to the Independent Cafe for a bit. I was probably there for like 45 minutes before it closed because it closes early on the weekend, which I'd kind of forgotten. And yeah, then just like went walking around. Eloise and I met up. We wound up going to the Plough Inn, which is a pub kind of on Corn Market, like off the high street, which I don't think I'd ever been in there before. Eloise had gone before and had gotten like a Sunday roast there and said it was good. So we just went there, had burgers, and then we were gonna try to go, everyone was gonna try to go to Flight Club to like play darts and stuff, but May had gone and it was packed and there was like no availability for bookings until like way late at night. So we all wound up just meeting at the pub and hanging out, which wound up being really, really fun. So that was nice. And then Eloise was obviously staying with me, so me, her, and Anika came back and we watched Moana 2, which was good. Definitely not as good as the first one, but nice. Oh, and Anika brought me this back from France, which it is in French, but it's like a Beauty and the Beast book. Robin McKinley, I don't know if I've read any of her books, but I've heard of her. I don't know if she's a French author or if this is just like the French version of this book, but the cover is gorgeous. I feel like it looks like It's very gothic and it looks kind of like an old school like horror poster, film poster. So I just love it. I thought that was quite cute. And I thought when we were in Scotland and I saw they have like Harry Potter in like Old Scots, that would be like a cool thing to do, like get a book from every place that you've traveled, which I didn't get Harry Potter in Old Scots, but that would be like kind of a cool thing and like not a super, yeah, I think she said this was like €3. So that was very nice of her to bring me that back. I love it. And yeah, this morning we all went and met up and like walked around Anthropology because they have a huge sale on right now. So we just like went and walked around a bit before Eloise caught her train home. Anika had some stuff to do. So I just went grocery shopping and I'm back here and we'll probably make something to eat and then plug away at stuff, maybe do some reading. I really messed that up. I like to do multi-colored nails a lot, so sometimes I even just do like two. I do the Harry Styles thing. I'll do like these three one color, these two the other color, and then reverse it on the other hand. Or sometimes I just do like all of them a different color. But I try to do it so that like if this has 5 colors, so I'll try to do it like if I put purple here, I won't put purple on my pointer finger on this hand, but I was really not struggling to accomplish that this time because I accidentally tried to put purple on the same finger on opposite hands and then I wiped it off, and then I did put, I was gonna have this like shimmery pink on my thumb on both hands, so I was like, I bet I could just put the pink over where I only had one layer of the blue, but it kind of, well, it looks the same on camera, kind of. It doesn't in person. It actually looks kind of pretty with a layer of blue underneath. Ignore the fact that it's all over my skin. It comes off in the shower, it's fine. I can't be bothered to like properly fix it. However, it will bother me until I remove it and properly fix it because things like that irritate me. But it is kind of like, oh, maybe I can just layer them sometime in the future because I kind of like the way that the color looks. Pretty chill Sunday. I did a bit more work here, just kind of like comparing some of the poems that I'm looking at in those manuscripts. And then I also did some more reading just for fun. And I watched I finished actually Adolescence, which is that like new miniseries on Netflix, and it's quite good. It's like it's sort like if you like the crime kind of shows, like it's a crime drama, I guess. But it's all, there are 4 episodes and they're each shot in like one take with one camera. It's crazy. And I feel like it's very well acted. It's a British show. It takes place in like some smaller English city. I'm not sure if they ever say where it's supposed to have taken place, but like I don't think it's London. I think it's like a smaller city. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was quite good. So yeah, I would recommend that. But yeah, and then just doing some reading, but the rest of the evening is going to be pretty chill. So I think I'm just going to end the video here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.